Alrighty, morning everyone. So, I've got another really big scrap run for you planned today. And I just bought a lot of stuff for one of my customers. You can see over there, there's a whole heap of very heavy, very big transformers. We are going to scrap those down. And then we've got some motors over here, then some very big switchgear down low there. And we are going to try to scrap all of that. Probably not all today, because that would be quite the undertaking. But over the next couple of days, and I'm going to bring you along, and I'm also going to do some like individual videos of some pieces, because some things are really interesting. For example, this like big switchgear, I think we can do a video about that, and also some of the bigger transformers, because there's some really interesting stuff over there. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be a great video. We have some very interesting stuff planned for you. And what you can see over there, where my finger points right there, that's a very big piece of underground, a very big electric cable. And we are going to scrap that down as well, see how much money we can get out of that. So I've really got some extremely interesting stuff. And I'm really looking forward to scrapping all of that with you. So, yeah. Camera gear and stuff like that is probably only gonna happen next week. Shortages of like this chip stuff and stuff like that that is needed for cameras and then phones and cars and whatever. It just takes a long time at the moment to arrive, and I unfortunately bought something that was out of stock, and so now I have to wait until this gets back into stock. But bear with me, we are gonna do the better quality stuff as soon as I possibly can. And so, yeah, I would say for today, we're just going to start by dismantling all of those motors, because we obviously have to get the cast aluminum off of them. And then we maybe head into some of this bigger switchgear stuff. I think that's going to be very interesting as well. So I would say we are just going to start with dismantling of the motors, and going to go straight into time lapse, because it's going to take some time, and that's rather boring stuff. So here we go. Alrighty, people. I'm sorry. The battery died on this camera thingy. It's all kind of going away now. This camera is old, and I really needed a new one. So it's a good thing that we ordered that one. That should be here. It's probably already here, but it's not here. I'm at my workshop now. You can't really know that, but I do it this way. 1 week I work at my workshop here, and the other week I am at home, and I basically just relaxing and not doing a whole lot. Besides YouTube, I obviously do YouTube every second day, but that's kind of how I do it, and I do all the work in 1 week, and then the next week I'm kind of like free to do whatever I want. And the camera is at my other place, so should be the next couple of videos are probably just going to be this setup, but after that I hope that we can really improve everything that we've got going on here. But anyways, that shouldn't be of major concern right now. I cut most of the transformers that I needed to cut. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough. I'm going to take the camera off this holding thingy in just a moment. But you can already see over there, these three things. I wanted to cut them, but then I realized that I don't have to cut them. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. I think you still saw in time lapse that I dismantled all of these stagers over there, so we're gonna scrap them in just a moment, and then down there where I had laying all these transformers, I cut most of them, at least the ones that need cutting, and we are gonna scrap them down in just a moment as well. That shouldn't really take a long time, and it's gonna really yield a lot of copper, at least I hope. We'll kind of see about that, but I'm very positive that we are gonna get a very, very, very decent payout. And I paid $100 for this, so it better be a very good payout. And so yeah, we are gonna do the best we can and see how much money we can make. And I'm gonna give you a quick walkthrough now of what I did. So basically, down here we've got all the transformers. I cut most of these that need cutting. Let me squat down here a bit. You can see I cut all of these with an angle grinder. I'm gonna show you what kind of setup I use on an angle grinder. It's a very different one from what you might be used to. And all of these, I don't need to cut them because they can either just be beaten apart or I can just unscrew them. I'm gonna show you all of that later. It's gonna be very interesting. And then I've got all of those. I cut this one over there. You can probably see that. It's very good copper in there. We've got these two that I had to cut because they were kind of awkward and I couldn't really beat them open. And then we've got this stator that was extruded aluminum, and you can't beat apart extruded aluminum stators like you can do with these stators that have a cast aluminum shell, because cast aluminum is brittle and extruded aluminum is extremely soft and you can't really beat that apart. So these things here, you can see very nice copper in those. And I cut one of them, but then I realized that you don't have to cut these things. So I stopped cutting them, and we are just gonna beat them apart later. I'm gonna show you how I do that. We've got this switchgear stuff over there and over here, and also down there. And we are gonna take care of that later. But that shouldn't be, like, it will be annoying, but I thought I'd try it. I thought it would make for an interesting video. We'll see about that, but I'm quickly gonna show you the setup I got on my grinder. So this is just a regular, it's not even brushless, it's just a regular angle grinder. I think it's like $80. It's not a very bad one, it's a high quality one, but it's like your regular angle grinder. It's nothing fancy, it doesn't have a very strong motor, just a very affordable, good angle grinder. And what I've got on it is not a regular cut-off disc. I think you already figured that out. This is a disc for cutting concrete and tiles for bathrooms and stuff like that. And it actually works really well for transformers for one specific reason. It does not get smaller when you continue cutting. You know, with the normal cut-off wheels, they are obviously made out of some kind of composite abrasive stuff, and they get smaller when you continue to cut with them, to the point where they are so small that you can't cut with them anymore and you have to change them. This one doesn't do that. It really lasts a very long time, and it does not get smaller at all. You have to be careful, these can shatter, and that can be extremely dangerous. But I wear protective pants with some Kevlar in it, and also another pair of jeans under that, so shouldn't really kill me if this thing explodes. I hope. I've not experienced that yet, and I hope I never will, but this is really like the setup I usually go for, because it really works extremely well. So yeah, I would say I'm gonna set you up back into time-lapse on my little standing thingy for my camera, and we're going to try to beat all that stuff apart. And then we'll also, obviously, at the end of this video, we will obviously weigh everything up and see how much money we're actually going to make. And then we go to scrapyard and so on and so forth. You know how it goes, so let's get back into time-lapse. Alrighty, so I think that was enough time lapse for now. And I actually also think that we have to split this into two parts because there's actually no way I'm going to be able to fit this all into one video. It's going to be like less than half an hour long. So I think what we are going to do is we are going to just split this into two parts. We're going to do a little bit of a, end of the day recap, kind of, sort of what we did already. I've been working now for like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, and I think we can do a little bit of a recap now and see how much copper we actually already recovered. So this bucket you see right there, that's the bucket that I filled in the last little bit of time lapse, where we stripped down this bigger transformer over there. And this is exactly 5 kilos of copper. And yeah, I'm quickly going to weigh that up later as well. And that would suggest that, as this is probably about 20% copper yield, this transformer over there, that the whole thing weighed approximately 25 kilos, which is realistic. It kind of felt like it weighed 25 kilos. So yeah, that is definitely a thing. And so we're going to do a little bit of a weigh up now. I'm going to weigh everything up with the little crane scaley thing we've got. Well, without a crane, but anyways. And we're going to see how much copper we already recovered today. And I think it's actually going to be a very decent amount. I would reckon it's probably going to be about maybe 20 kilos, maybe 25. We'll see. So we'll weigh this up now, and you're going to see that right here now. And after that, I'm going to quickly recap the whole day. And yeah, so let's do that. Alrighty, so as you were hopefully able to see, we had 22.5 in this bucket and 5 in this bucket, 5.5. And we have to subtract 500 grams, or approximately 1 pound, from each of these readings, because these buckets obviously weigh approximately 1 pound. And that brings us to a total of 27 kilos, or like about 60 pounds. So I would say we can be pretty happy with that. And yeah, I am very happy with that, actually, because I haven't really broken down everything yet. We still got all the stators. I didn't even touch the stators yet. We're going to do that in the second part. And I didn't even touch any of the big switch gear or this massive piece of wire or like anything. So this was just the transformers that we bought, and so I couldn't really be happier with that. So yeah, that's already the stuff that's already the money we put in, and then some. So I'm pretty happy with that, gotta admit. So the only thing we need to now figure out is how much money we actually made right now. So as I said, this got us there and then some for the price that we actually paid for those. So we paid $100 for this. So 100 euros. It's like what, 110 bucks, something like that. $110 US dollars. And what we got now is 27 kilos of copper. I get $6, 6 euros a kilo, or probably like $6.50 a kilo. What is that in pounds? Like, let me see. Maybe $3.3 a pound, probably something around there. It doesn't really matter right now, because what actually matters is the entire amount that we are gonna get from this. So with my prices, that would be approximately 160 euros, or maybe like $175. So we actually already made 60 euros or $75 plus in just a couple of hours that we processed this stuff. And now we could just go ahead and just take the big Y, take the switchgear, take the stators and everything, sell it back to the scrapyard, don't even bother, and we would still have made $100 a day. However, we've got this stuff here. This stuff is really good value, so we are going to strip that down as well, obviously. In the second part, not today, and we are also going to go to the scrapyard in the second part, and I'm going to show you exactly what they paid for everything that we got. And I think that's going to be a great video as well. So I really hope you enjoyed. If you've got any questions whatsoever, just want to say hi, whatever, I would be very glad if you could write that in the comments below. I would be very happy to answer all the comments that are under this video, I promise. And Also, if you enjoyed the video or didn't enjoy the video, whatever, rate it with either like a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'd be very happy about that as well. And I would also be very happy if you could subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any other like cool scrapping videos. Yeah. And we could also get more subscribers, which I think that's something good. There's something good about that because everyone wants that. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. So thank you very, very much for watching, and until next time.